Hello. The purpose of this video is to introduce you how to make a cross-sectional profile of a topographic map using Microsoft Excel or other means. Okay, so here's what you guys are trying to do is if you go to question 15 will ask you to make a topographic profile of region A prime. Well, here's what you end up doing. Here's how you complete this activity. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let's say insert shape, and I'm going to make a line. Okay, now with this line what I'm going to end up doing is this is going to be my scale. Let me go ahead and make that darker, and let's go ahead and give it some more weight. Okay, so now here's what you basically have. Now you have a 1 mile scale map. So, of course, at point 0, whenever you do this, what you're trying to do is you're trying to take what's on a flat map and put it into a cross section so that you can see what the landscape would look like from the side. All right, so if you look right here, this is the 800 millibar, so that's 780, 760, 780, 760, 740, 720. So now we know that the elevation of point 0 is 720. All right, so there's two ways that you can actually do this. You can simply use the graph provided, and what you'll do is you'll go Insert, Shape, and let's just draw a little circle. So I said it was 720, so you just go like that. So now what I have is I have a line, or that dot there. I'm using my arrow button right now. At point 0, my elevation is 720. Now, here's how you actually complete this lab, or excuse me, this is another way to do it. All right, let's go back up here. And now I'm going to go at a distance of 1 mile. What is my elevation? Well, right there you can see that the elevation, because it's at 1 mile, is at 700. So let me show you how to do this. Wow, I keep on clicking everything. Okay, so I'm going to go down here, Insert, Text Box, and I'm going to just try to be as accurate in my spacing as possible. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to say okay. I'm just using the space bar there. 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc., etc., etc. So we'll stop right there just so we don't keep on going with all this. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to say, okay, at 1 mile, I noticed that it was at 700. So the easiest way would be just click, copy, and paste. So now I've got my little dot up there. I'm just using the arrow buttons as I have it highlighted. Let me go up here. So at 1 mile, I am at 700. So let's go back to this, and now I go, all right, from there, I go to 2 miles. Well, at 2 miles, I notice that I am approximately at, let's look where it's at. It's not quite on that 700. You could put it at 700, so we'll just do another one there. I just hit the copy, paste again. Notice how it shows up there, and now I'm just using the arrow buttons. And so what I end up doing is just plotting all these dots, okay? And of course I want to put that at 2 miles. Now, of course, this is a long way to do it. This will take a little bit more time than something with Microsoft Excel. Let me go ahead and go to 3 miles. Now I'm just using my arrow buttons to move it. 3 miles. And at 3 miles, my elevation is, now I'm going up in elevation, so 720, 740, 760, 780. Paste. 780 at 3 miles. And so what you would do is you would do this for every mile increment. And then the last thing that you would have to do is you simply, I'd go up here to Insert, shapes, and then I would use my drawing tool and just try to be as accurate as possible and basically connect the dots. Okay, so after you do that, you would do that from all the way from one end to the other. Excuse me. You do that all the way from one end to the other in 1 mile increments, and you would basically get a topographic profile of this area. So that's one way that you can do it. It's relatively simple. It is a little time consuming, but what it does is it allows you to see what does the landscape look like from the side, and you can see it starts to, you have big elevation or a little bit of elevation change right there. So that's what you're looking for. Now another way to actually do this is to say, you know what, I'm not even going to use this graph at all. I'm going to delete all this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Microsoft Excel. Okay, so you open up Microsoft Excel, you go here, and then what you want to do is you want to say, okay, I want to create a graph like this. So in Microsoft Excel, whenever you do this, the independent variable will always go first. So that is distance, and my distance, you know, is going to be in miles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then of course what I'm going to put here is my elevation. Wow, serious typos. Elevation. Okay, so here I knew it was, what did I say it was? It was, let me go back to my image now. It was 720, 700, 700. So 720, 700, 700. Let's see what it is at 4 miles now. I'm just going to do this now. Okay, it is, okay, there it was 700, 700. This is 780. 780. Let's move to the next one. Ooh. $700. Let's move over the next mile, which is, there's the 600, so there's 7, 680, 660, 640, 620, 600. So as you can see, you just keep on measuring what it is in 1 mile increments. 635. And so what this does is it allows me to keep on going. And here's what I'm going to do. That's 600, 620. I'm just going to make up numbers for the rest of it. 640. And we'll just go all the way up to 12. Okay, so 640, 680, 700, and 720. Okay, so what you end up doing here is you end up getting a distance and elevation. Now the one key thing that you want to do next is you want to make your actual line graph. Okay, so you highlight all those, and then what you're going to do is insert, and you're going to see recommended charts. Now the best thing to see for this is, of course, a line graph. Okay, so I've chosen this one, click that, and the next thing you know, here's what you have. Okay, what you've now created is your topographic profile, so that's what that area actually looks like. Now, of course, I'm going to go ahead and put in my axis titles, chart title, topographic cross section. You notice I put these over here. So this is elevation. That is in, I believe it was in feet, so we'll just put it in feet. And down here, we're going to put distance in miles. Okay, so now the question is what do we do next? Well, what you want to do is you want to replace this graph or replace the previous image with this. So you simply copy, you go back here, you go to all this. Let me erase these real quick. I'm just highlighting. Click that whole thing, you can see, and delete, and paste. And you're done. There's your topographic profile. So this is what the region looks like from the side. Okay? So I hope this video helped you out and helped you understand how do I make a topographic profile using Microsoft Excel. If you have any questions, you can either email me or go through what the class is actually, how we connect with each other. Okay?